It's become a pretty good rivalry. I was over there for a year, so I know a lot of the kids still. Still know a lot of the faculty and coaches over there. So it's kind of bittersweet for me. I still like those guys. I still work, around them. But our kids, take it because it was a conference rivalry, and this being the first year as a non-conference, I still think it's a big deal. The kids are still real excited. It is hard. We're 1-3, but like you said, we've played teams that are state contenders. I think Lee County, when we played them, didn't give out a touchdown until last week, so that's pretty good. The kids understand that, and I think going into conference, that's going to help us, and it's going to take us a long way. Whether we end up having a winning season or not, I think that it's going to be big for us. Yeah, it still is a new program. And yeah, 3 years, I'm here in my third year as a head coach, fourth year in the school, so we're getting a little consistency, and it is helping build the culture here. But our motto this year is change the culture, because we're still trying to get to that football culture. That it's not here yet, but we're getting there with some of the 7-win seasons has helped. We're trying to get over that hump, get that first-round playoff win, and keep grinding.
Well, I've started on varsity since I was a sophomore, and every game against them is always tough. It's always rough. It's just two teams battling like it's crosstown rivals, and both teams are coming out looking to win. So it's always going to be a big game. It's always going to be important and all that. So that's what we're looking for. Our thing is we want to win. This school's never won a playoff game, so that's a big thing. We want to win a playoff game, and we want to be home. Never had a home one all 4 years they've been away. We want a home game. We want to win a playoff game, and that's a big goal for us this year. It hasn't happened yet, and that's what we're looking for.
Especially how we started this year, every game progressing is getting a lot, bigger for us. Just to be able to make the playoffs, we pretty much almost have to win out. So this is a really important game for us. But every time we play Cary, it's a really physical game. They bring that aspect every time. You want to stand here, Caden?
As it goes, is it, hey, just to make the playoffs? Is it to win a game this year? What would you say?
Definitely. The big goal for me, my 4 years, we've made it to the playoffs, and it hasn't been at home. We haven't won a playoff game, so that's the focus this year. Making it first of all, having to be at home, and then winning it.
Well, we just focus on trying to be 1-0 every week. Sure. That's kind of been what we've been pushing all year. Does it mean a lot to our kids? Absolutely, because our kids know their kids, and vice versa. But our deal is we just got to worry about ourselves and what we're capable of doing and execute. So we haven't even really talked about conference. It's obviously the kids' goals, other than having a goal of winning the conference. But beyond that, we're just focused on Holly Springs. And like I said, we really try to focus on being 1-0. And for us, it's about us executing, us doing our job. So. Beyond anything beyond that for this week, that's just not our focus, other than taking care of our business. And I can't speak for the past prior to when we got here, but I can speak to just us being here the past couple of years. It's about accountability. It's about kids working hard as much as we can throughout the year and what the state allows us to. And for the most part, we get that out of our kids. They're very committed. They want to turn this thing around. One of their goals is to change the perception of Cary and basically to restore it. But for us, again, it's just kind of one game at a time. The big picture of changing things, it's tough to look at it from that perspective because, again, in football, just like this week, we got a tough opponent. It's tough for us to take our eyes off of that. We'll just continue to work to get that done every week.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of the seniors were really, and even a lot of the underclassmen too, were really banding together this year. And I feel like we can really have a go positive this season. But of course, it is just taking that step one at a time. And even this week, not going 3-2, but focusing on going 1-0, not worrying about the other past games in the past. Those 4 games really don't matter at this point, because all that matters is Holly Springs in this upcoming week. Of course, and actually last season I suffered a concussion in my game against Holly Springs, so it's definitely a sort of a revenge game, sort of just to kind of show them what I didn't get to prove myself last year against them in the full game. So they can see what I have to offer this year. No, it's not something that we really, as a team, we focus on one game at a time as a team. But if I'm laying in my bed at night, I know, man, this Cary team has a lot to offer this year, and we can really bring some change to this team and the town of Cary. And I think we have a good shot this year.
I think we just treat every game as going in every game, trying to be 1-0 every game. And I wouldn't necessarily, I don't myself necessarily focus on the other school as so much ourself as a team. And so we just try and beat every team in front of us each week. And they are sort of our crosstown rivals, I guess I would say. But just trying to focus on this week and getting better, improving, and definitely improving on our mistakes from last week, going over film, doing everything right this week. I think this year it's definitely the seniors that we have this year. We have a lot of good senior leadership this year. We have a lot of guys that are actually fully committed, and it took a while to kind of get the ball rolling. Now we got a whole program of full guys. The weightlifting program with Coach Warwick has been outstanding. So we got a full group of guys that are lifting heavy, fully committed. So I think that's what we're taking a lot more seriously too, and it's what has attributed to our success so far this season.